know that this particular place was built in 1914? It was meant to be a golf course because there was no golf course in Peru at the time. It was called the Mississinewa Club. It later became a center of activities during World War I after the U.S. entered war. One big event took place in 1918 in the fall, where the United States Army flew in a biplane called a Curtiss GN, I believe, short Jenny for short. It was first flown over the town. It dropped Liberty bonds, flyers that thanked the people for buying Liberty bonds because they made the possibility of building this plane a reality. So can you just imagine, for the very first time, being in 1914, back in 1917, and you pretend you see this thing flying in the air and you just can't imagine what that could possibly be. You see it flying east towards Wabash and you follow it. And so a lot of people ended up at Mississinewa Country Club, which is now known as Indiana Oaks, because they all wanted to see this beautiful, strange looking machine. So they came here, they bought Liberty bonds, which, as I said, was for a fundraiser. And for every Liberty bond they bought, they were given a chance to ride on the plane. It was pretty exciting, and there were several times when the plane came, and it was very memorable for all the people that got to be here. You can find some of these memories in the newspapers. I believe it was probably due to a certain mini interim that we were able to have this plane first, because 26 other cities in the state had asked for a plane to come and help with the Liberty Loan fundraising. And we were actually one of the first, if not the first. Did you know that in 1918, the Mississinewa Club was also the site of a big exhibition game that brought in 4 players from Chicago, 2 amateurs and 2 pros. It was such a big event that the employers in the city of Peru closed so that all the people of Peru could go and watch the game. It brought in several hundred people. It definitely brought in $700 because the players did not take any money. It was totally for the benefit of the Red Cross. They auctioned off the golf carts, the scorecards. They also auctioned off the balls, and which of course had to be signed. And the caddies ended up being important people from Peru who had to bid to have the honor of carrying these important golfers' bags. One of the caddies ended up paying $67 just so that he could carry, I can't remember the person's bag, but that's what he had to pay, $67. Hi, I'm Regine Brindle. These are some of the things we have found here at the museum. This is what started this whole program, and we're doing this with the group Miami County, Indiana Worth Remembering.
Hi, I'm Jerry Jenkins. I am kind of the leader of the group. We've been around now, we've been doing things since the Indiana Bicentennial, so that's about 1.5 years. We've been working together on various projects. And our purpose is really to record history, the past and the present. We talk to people who know people, and when you hear stories from people's history, then that leads to pictures that we like to find, that leads to history, documents, all kinds of various things. One of our major emphases this year is the World War I Centennial, and we are an endorsed group from the Indiana World War I historical community. It's a committee that was formed in 2013, and it has made its way from the national stage to the states, and now it's to the counties, and now it's up to us to tell the citizens of Miami County about what we are doing.
My name is Jennifer Sparks, and I am working with Regine and Jerry and other members of our group to make sure that our Doughboys and the ladies who supported them on the fronts are remembered in Miami County.
One of the things I found was a binder filled with newspaper clippings. They dated 1918, so we didn't have the beginning of the story, but it told stories about, it contained letters from the Doughboys, it had stories about the Red Cross, and that's when we realized how everything was put together. World War I in Miami County was not a matter of sending young men to war. It was literally organizing the whole community into a small army of people who were supporting the young men, but also each other, because they had to help stay healthy, they had to cover for work that had to be done more so than ever because of the shortage in men. And so we started researching the newspapers. Researching the newspapers, we discovered an organization of Red Cross ladies, and Shirley discovered there was a whole series of cards. 8,500 women in Miami County registered to be part of the war effort. And Jenny and I are now indexing this database, and we're hoping to make this database available to the public sometime next year.
Do you know what a doughboy is? Come Saturday, here at the Miami County Museum on 51 Broadway in Peru, Indiana, between 1 and 3, and you'll learn all about him. We are having what we call a Doughnuts and Doughboy event, and this is in celebration of Veterans Day. I'd like you to come and look at our exhibits and our historical displays. We also have period music and tales of our past. Plus, we do have some really, really good donuts, some nice apple cider, coffee, and if you enjoy tea, we have that as well. If you have any questions, call me at 765-615-6617. Hope to see you then.